Malta campus.
So I'll be presenting. I'm a second-year medical student in International European University, Malta campus. So I'll be presenting a presentation on antimicrobial resistance in hospitals. So what is antimicrobial resistance? It usually occurs when bacteria resist antibiotics designed to kill them. It leads to infections that are harder to treat, risking severe health complications. And why is it a problem in hospitals? So in hospitals, the patients are more vulnerable due to their weakened immune system. So it affects them like easily, like it's because they have a weakened immune system. It's the drug-resistant infections spread easily in these settings, leading to hard-to-control outbreaks. And there's a common drug resistance bacteria, it's called MRSA superbug, methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus. So it causes staph infection that is difficult to treat because of resistance to some antibiotics. Its symptoms include painful red bumps that might resemble pimples or spider bites. The area that are affected will be warm to touch, accompanied by a fever, or full of pus or other drainage. How do bacteria become resistant? So there are 3 ways it can become resistant. There's natural, acquired, and overuse of antibiotics. In natural resistance, some bacteria, they naturally resist certain drugs. Acquired resistance, where the bacteria develops resistance through genetic changes or picking up genes. And if you overuse of the antibiotics, so they can get used to use those antibiotics if you use the same antibiotic for a longer period of time. And so this is an image I found on internet where it showed how the life cycle of AMR usually goes. So through human to human in a healthcare facility, if they get in close contact to them, they can spread easily through those things. And if in animals, they get antibiotics and they develop resistant bacteria in their drugs, the resistance bacteria remain on the meat from animals. So when you intake those food, poultry or something, you will get those bacteria through them. So what's the mechanism of resistance? There's enzyme production which breaks down antibiotics like beta-lactamase. Their structural changes, alterations prevent antibiotics from attaching, and efflux pumps, they just throw out the bacteria out of antibiotics before they can act on it. So this is the image which shows like antibiotics alternative in the production of inactivating enzymes and efflux pumps, and if the cell is, it can't pass through the cell's impermeable, so it just bounces off the cell membrane. So like that, they become more resistant to it. How resistance spreads in hospitals, like it spreads like the equipment is contaminated, poor hand hygiene by staff and visitors, close patient contact, and impact of AMR on health and costs. So health is increased illness duration, higher mortality rates, and more complications. In financial impact, the AMR leads to longer hospital stays, which in turn the treatments gets more expensive. An example, MRSA infection nearly double hospital costs and length of the stay. Preventing the spread of AMR. So to prevent, you should practice hygiene, like hand washing, using gloves and disinfection, isolation precautions. Isolating infected patients can reduce the spreading. And responsible antibiotics use. Only use antibiotics when it's prescribed. And so what is antibiotic stewardship? So antibiotic stewardship is the responsible use of the antibiotics to limit its resistance. Its key practices are prescribe only when necessary, select the right antibiotic, and use short effective courses. So these are what comes under antimicrobial stewardship. So yeah, monitoring and tracking using appropriate antibiotics, optimizing dosage schedule, shortest duration of antibiotics, implementing evidence-based strategies, educating professional staff, feedbacks for antibiotic prescribing practices, and eliminating of infection source. Current challenges and future direction. So, new antibiotics being developed, AMR is spreading globally. The future needs will need research alternative treatments, improving infection control, and faster diagnostics. Global efforts, AMR requires cooperation among countries to control its spreading. So in summary, AMR is a growing threat, especially in hospitals. Prevention, hygiene, and responsible antibiotic use are essential. Cooperation and research are key to combating AMR. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Питання. Do you have any questions?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
If
Just a minute. Satvik, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
ну, якщо пацієнт був, ви пригласили, що він мене...
Yes, yes, he said that. Yes, Satvik. Satvik, relax, everything is okay.
Yeah.
Заставляйте нервувати.
So, if patient was infected with hospital bacteria that is polyresistant to antibiotics, basically,
Maybe,
how can you...
може ближче підійти? Я думаю, що це було 100%. Чутно. Давай, я що
So, if patient was infected with polyresistant hospital bacteria, how can you cure it if it's resistant to everything?
You prescribe them different antibiotics. So like if that certain antibiotic is not resistant, it's resistant to a certain antibiotic, the bacteria.
Can it happen that it will be resistant to everything that was created? And
multi-drug resistant.
Yeah, multi-drug resistant. And if happens, so how can you cure it except antibiotics?
That's a good question, actually.
Any idea?
No, I don't.
No? Okay. Okay, Satvik, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good